People don't really know you until you have to back up your words. Like, I could be meeting you and you say I'm gonna leave and you don't. That's when I know you. I'm like, okay, now I'm really getting to know you. But let's just say you're acting weak around me, you're needy, and I take you for granted, and then you leave, even though you acted needy, and you leave. All of now, retrospectively, that needy behavior didn't look needy. It looked confident. The fact that you asked me to do this, and the fact that you texted me a lot, double texted me, was there for me. When you leave, all of those behavior in my mind will be reframed as confident, as open, not as weak, but as somebody who's confident enough to open up, but confident enough to leave. Ladies and gentlemen, that's power. Ladies and gentlemen, if you let that rest long enough, people will come back. Right? They only off. Right? Space is the only way that people can sense and process the emotions they truly feel for you. When you're meeting people, right? As you're getting to know people, you're gonna sense their presence, right? And you're gonna process them. You're getting to know the likes and dislikes. You're sensing how you interact with them, right? And a lot of the times you're filling yourself up with them, but you're never truly processing what you're receiving. You're only eating and never digesting. And this is what tends to happen with a lot of us, that our presence becomes destroyed through indigestion, where we are so present and we never give people time to process us. It's like when we are hanging around people, we are on a date, and then we finish the date, and then we reflect. And then as you start reflecting, your mind starts imagining how awesome it was. And during that moment of space is when you start to fill in the blanks. You start to see them in your minds. And you know what's beautiful about this is that the presence is what creates the materials for your brain to process. In other words, your presence is like the rock, right? Like a something to sculpt, and the absence is what sculpts it. That's what you have to understand, right? Space allows the mind to fill in the blanks in a positive way. Why? Because you're naturally insecure. You find somebody that you like, and just like a child exaggerates the positive traits of their parents, you're going to start to exaggerate the positive traits and diminish the negative traits. And how does this happen? Well, it's almost like when you're having a photo and you put it through an AI to fill in the pixelated parts, the parts that really are more pixelated and more fuzzy. When you notice the AI filling it in, you can see the Photoshop quality to it, but it still is filled in through pixels, nothing real. Well, it's the same thing. When you don't know someone and you're there and not there, but the time that you're there is really enjoyable, it has the same effect where your brain would literally fill in the blanks, right? Maybe you could see the eye kind of fuzzy, but with the AI, it fills in the blanks based on what it thinks it is and makes it more sharp. It's the same thing. They think they know you. But because they don't know you and want to get to know you, your brain will come to conclusions, especially using the halo effect. You're good looking, it'll give you positive traits. Add on more positive traits through the imagination. And the more distance there is, the more coldness there is to your nonverbal cues. In other words, they can't really read you, or better yet, sometimes they can read you, sometimes they can't. Sometimes you're warm, sometimes you're cold. It creates a sense of desperation in the mind that it'll start to fill in the blanks because it just doesn't want to feel uncertain about how you feel. And it'll exaggerate your positive traits, and above all, it'll question everything you do. You give them this look, they'll think they don't know what that means, right? You blink slow, they'll think, okay, what does that slow blink mean? Bitch, it means he's fucking blinking, okay? But that's the thing. The brain is what creates the image of you, and it exaggerates the positive qualities. And when I say exaggerate, I do mean exaggerate. It is not based on reality. It truly is not. Right? And that's why this usually happens in the first few months. Over time, you start to really get to know who they are, and you lose that sense of excitement, that tension, that sexual tension, and it creates a familiarity effect where all of a sudden they start to look like family, right? And that's when you start to see them for who they truly are. But the problem with that is that the sexuality lowers a little bit with that, right? So yeah, space allows the mind to fill in the blanks. Like an AI filling in blanks in an image. You need this. And sometimes leaving is the only way for you to grow out of these patterns. Leaving people who you really want to stay with is the only way for you to actually become, in this case, more attractive. Develop a sense of authority. Why? Because everything you've done, people could tell in your face. and in your nonverbal cues. You may not be saying exactly what happened, but just like an abstract picture, the more detailed it gets, the more less abstract it gets. You're giving them an abstract gestural representation, like an abstract painting that represents your feelings, where they'll sense that there's something in you that says, I'm leaving if you fuck up. But then there is, with some people, there's something in you that says, I will never leave. And people can't really pinpoint where that is. It's like describing a smell. You know what that smells like, but you can't really describe it. You get what I'm saying? You can only use other smells to describe it. It's one of those biochemical things that translates into an abstract understanding of it that you can't really put into words, but you can sense. And that's why you can't like think your way into this. You can't fake it. Like if you fake it, it'll look incongruent. You know what I'm saying? You actually have to integrate those wirings through literal action. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, hopefully this makes sense. If you guys want to work with me one-on-one, go to mindfulattraction.org, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, hopefully this makes sense. If you guys want to work with me one-on-one, go to mindfulattraction.org, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
All right, guys, we're going to have a brief intermission so that I could tell you guys about our new bundle that we're doing, where you guys can purchase all of my courses and get it at a discount. So this bundle is pretty much the bundle where you could just buy all of my courses. You could buy Nice Guy, which is a training course on how to come across more assertive, how to come across more confident, how to not give off nice guy vibes. You guys can get access to Dark Game, which is my full dating course on how to meet women in different scenarios, how to attract women, how to make sure you don't come across as creepy, and essentially how to act like a man and not act like a doofus, to be quite honest with you. And you get all of these bonuses, which is the bonuses of Dark Game, the bonuses of Practical Mastery, which is about how to master a skill, Social Mastery, which is how to master your social life, and the Laws of Human Nature, which is a book club videos that I had dissecting Robert Greene's book. All of this is naturally at around naturally is at $346, but you guys can purchase this bundle and get it at what's the price again? Get it at $238 pretty much. So you guys can purchase it right now. It's a money back 30-day money back guarantee. It's a good way to, rather than just buying them individually and paying extra, you guys can just purchase everything at a discount price. Now, the only thing I don't like is the fact that I'm giving you a lot of information at the same time. That makes me kind of scared because a lot of times people don't do the things that I teach when you get too much information. But I've gotten too many requests to do this, so I'm just satisfying you guys. Purchase it right now by clicking on the description down below where it says purchase the bundle. All right, let's continue with the video.